Hello and welcome to today's video, and today we're going to talk about the Legion of Superhero animated movie that was released this month. And I'm gonna say it right away, I like this movie, but it's not one of my favorites. I'm gonna tell you about it right now, but I want to be clear, there will be some spoiler in this video. I'm gonna try to make it as few as possible, but there will be some spoilers, so this is your spoiler alert. And with that out of the way, let's get started. First, let's talk a little bit about the Legion themselves. I'm gonna start off with characters, then story. And as for the Legions, I like them, but they're not too super in my opinion. I feel like the movie could have been a little bit longer to flesh them out a little bit more. That will actually make me like this movie a bit more. Again, the Legion characters aren't bad, but I feel like we could have used to work a little bit more with them. Is only one member that I actually like, and I'm going to mention him later. But as for the others, they could have needed a little bit more work to them. Then we also have Batman in this movie. He sees Supergirl as a threat in this movie, which is understandable. I'm not gonna talk much more about him since he doesn't have that much of a role in this movie. One thing I'm happy about is that those who made this movie, the writers, really understand the relation between Superman and Supergirl. I was a little bit afraid that it was going to mess this up, but they really do understand how to do it. So again, they made Superman right, how he acts towards Supergirl. Superman is almost kindness itself. He's such a good person, and that is shown really well with how he deals with Kara. He's kind to her, and he knows how to help her. And as for the villains, we have Brainiac and Mon-El. I'm gonna say it right away, Brainiac I didn't like in this movie. In fact, I haven't liked Brainiac in Tomorrowverse at all. I feel like they have really messed up Brainiac. Let's say it this way, when Brainiac created his new body, he still allowed his kids to have conscience inside of that body, inside of those heads you see. And not only is it just freaky, or I don't know if that is bad or good, but it's also a really big mistake that he should have realized. The moment he was gonna get what he wanted, they passed out on him, tearing him to pieces, and he should have known that something like this was a big possibility. But he didn't. And some of you might see it has something with his arrogance here, and that was a good thing. But no, it's not that his arrogance isn't a good thing. It's that he should be smart enough to realize that this wasn't a good idea. I feel like they did really bad with Brainiac in the Justice Society World War II movie and in this movie. So I'm sorry to say, but Brainiac hasn't been handling well in Tomorrowverse. As for Mon-El, I wasn't too surprised when he was revealed to be a villain. I felt like a little bit of that Marvel vibe when they was going to put Supergirl up against a clay image of herself, which Mon-El is. I wasn't too fan of him. He wasn't a bad character, but he wasn't one of my top 10 villains either. He could have been done a lot better as well as Brainiac, but I do believe that he was way better than Brainiac. I feel like the writers could have done a little bit more with him. Maybe have him be the main antagonist instead of Brainiac. I could only wish. But we got what we got. But on a more positive note, I really like Brainiac 5 in this movie. I feel like the writers really did well with him. He's my second favorite character in this movie, and I think that the way they introduced him, like someone that no one believed in, was a really clever idea. Everyone thought he was gonna be another villain, but he didn't. And I liked well how the writers handled Supergirl. To be honest, if you got Supergirl wrong in this movie would have failed immediately. Supergirl is a character you have to get right, especially in a movie where she is a big part of. And they really did. Supergirl is a character you really care about. You're really sad when you see her home of Krypton being destroyed and so on. And you understand why she feels a little bit sad when I overheard Batman calling her a threat, and having her with the Legion of Superheroes really felt natural. They really knew what they were doing, and I'm glad that they did it well. As for the story itself, the story is okay in my opinion. It's not an S-rank story, but it's not bad either. I think it has its great strong point. I know I have spoiled a lot of the movie already, but I feel like they really made the two most important characters, Supergirl and Brainiac 5, really great. The story around those two characters and some of the other leads maybe, but I feel like that those two who shines through this movie. The story is, as I said earlier, great. It could have been better in a lots of ways. It could have made the villain a little more better, or cut Brainiac out of the movie altogether. Have Mon-El be the main villain. They could have done that. I think that will make the movie better. But for all it's worth, it's a decent, good movie. It's not on my top 10, but I don't hate it. I'm gonna give this movie a 6 out of 10. Couldn't have been better in lots of ways, but it's not a complete waste of time. It's not full bad movie, and I like it a bit. So again, 6 out of 10 I think is fair. And that's it for this video. Please let me know in the comment section down below what you guys feel about this movie, and I hope to see you guys again next time!